Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, sponsored by Tax Network USA, America's #1 choice for tax resolution. Please go to tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. 6 days. Can you believe it? 6 days until the election. Here's what's happening today in America. Ballot box on fire. Bezos defends. Bannon gets out. And a statue that should be torn down. It's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, a ballot drop box in Vancouver, Washington was set on fire yesterday morning. Smoke was pouring from the drop box. First responders opened the ballot box and took the ballots out. They were smoldering on the ground. A Clark County elections officer said hundreds of ballots were in the box at the time of the fire. It was last collected at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. Only a few ballots were saved. Their plan from now on is to empty out the drop boxes every night. So if anyone wants to light them on fire in the middle of the night, no more ballots will be destroyed. It's reported that over 200,000 people canceled their subscriptions to the Washington Post after Jeff Bezos, the paper's owner, told the paper not to endorse anyone for president. Bezos wrote in an op-ed, "Journalism is now the least trusted profession in America. Something we're doing is clearly not working. We must be accurate and we must be believed to be accurate. And we're failing on the second requirement. Most people believe the media is biased, and anyone who doesn't see this is paying scant attention to reality, and those who fight reality lose." Steve Bannon will be released from prison today, having served his 4-month prison term and paid his $6,500 fine, which I know he's happy to do. He was sentenced on 2 counts of contempt of Congress for failing to comply with a subpoena related to the January 6th commission. Bannon said, "If it took me going to prison to finally get the House to start to move and delegitimize the illegitimate J6 committee, then hey, guess what? My time in prison is worth it." Bannon's spokesperson says he taught history and American government to prison inmates. A new statue was unveiled of Dwayne Wade out front of the Miami Heat arena. He debuted with the team 21 years ago. 13-time All-Star, Basketball Hall of Fame, and a nice statue outside to pay homage to him, and the statue's just awful. One ESPN reporter said the Miami Heat should have a contest where they show a picture of the statue to 1,000 fans, and anyone who guesses that it's Dwayne Wade gets to keep the statue. It looks nothing like him, and it's a horrible statue. But to be fair, the people who made this statue, all of their statues are terrible. They make a ton of these things. They're all awful. So you only have the Miami Heat to blame on this one. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
Did you know every day is a perfect day for peace of mind? With American Home Shield Warranty, you are covered for unexpected breakdowns like leaky faucets or faulty water heaters. Choose a plan that fits your budget and rest easy knowing repairs and replacements are taken care of. Simply contact American Home Shield when an issue arises, and their trusted pros will handle it according to your coverage. Don't let worries about appliances and home systems weigh you down. Celebrate the reassurance of protection. Don't worry, be warranty. For 20% off plans, visit ahs.com/bill. For more details, see ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Tuesday, Donald Trump's favorite president is Andrew Jackson, undoubtedly because they share some similarities. Jackson was a populist who lost an election to a well-entrenched politician, John Quincy Adams. 4 years later, the general roared back, using a bombastic style to portray Adams as an effete snob or something. Old Hickory also took insults personally, as Trump does. In fact, Jackson was a duelist, actually shooting people who insulted him or his wife, Rachel. In addition, he used profanity all the time. While being eulogized, Jackson's favorite parrot, Paul, had to be removed from the funeral service when the bird started loudly cursing. For a very funny chronicling of this, please check out my book, Confronting the Presidents. We don't know who Kamala Harris's favorite president is, but I'm betting he was raised in a middle-class family. I've researched the vice president's statements on American history, and all I can find is, quote, "I'm not Joe Biden." One of the few things Kamala has in common with Donald Trump. Political people should understand U.S. history, so achievements as well as mistakes can be part of a vision to help the country. We know Trump admired the strong-minded and sometimes brutal Jackson, but we have no clue who Kamala Harris respects. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Let's go to the mail. William, concierge member. William gets direct access to me, and our team will help William if he gets into any kind of difficulty. No matter who wins, half the country will be unhappy. That's true. Hopefully it does not result in a civil war. I pray for restraint against violence and hatred. Good prayer. I don't believe it will. I don't believe it will. And I'm saying prayers along the same line, William. James Milner, Keswick, Virginia. I heard Kamala say that Trump is going to impose a 20% national sales tax, costing families $4,000 a year. Is that true? No. There is a school of economic thought that if Trump levies a lot of tariffs, that prices will go up. But it's all speculative at this point. Donna Flynn Hadgis, Binghamton, New York. If Trump gets in again as president, can he change the voting rule to have every state demand voter ID? Or does it have to go through Congress? Trump can't do it. Congress can't do it. Constitution says the states regulate. Can't do it. So unless Congress passes a new law, then it might get a little dicey. But right now, states have the authority. Butch Davenport, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. I see gas prices are going down. Is the Biden administration using the National Oil Reserve? No. It stopped some of the regulations that were backing up the ports of entry and causing the drilling companies a lot more expense. And it stopped it about 9 months ago because it knew it was going to be involved with this. Those regulations will come right back on if Harris is elected, because that's the Green New Deal. No fossil fuels. In a moment, something you might not know. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. America is at a breaking point. Record inflation, interest rates, debt, plus a hit to your retirement savings. So protect your savings with American Hartford Gold. They'll help you secure your retirement by diversifying with physical gold and silver. Start with a simple phone call. They'll guide you through the process, even deliver gold and silver right to your door, or place it directly in your IRA or 401k. Don't wait. These safe haven assets can protect you in an economic crisis. Call or text American Hartford Gold today. Tell them O'Reilly sent you to get up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD Gold, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 95 years ago today, more than 16 million shares of stock were suddenly sold on the New York Stock Exchange. Billions of dollars lost. Many Americans saw their entire life savings evaporate. Here is the story of Black Tuesday. The Great Depression began in October 1929. The U.S. plunged into a decade of misery, unemployment, the worst economic downturn in the history of Western civilization. But what actually caused the crash? Well, in the early 20th century, America and its stock market expanded rapidly, reaching a peak in the summer of 1929, a period known as the Roaring Twenties. Stock prices began to wobble in September of that year. The collapse began on Black Tuesday when panic set in. Millions of people withdrew money from banks, others sold stocks to avoid the chaos. By 1932, 3 years later, the stock market was worth just 20% of its previous value. Half of America's banks failed, unemployment 15 million people. That was 30% of the workforce. President Franklin Roosevelt struggled to revive the economy, and he had some success. But it was America's entry into World War II that relaunched the stock market. By 1945, investments in mining, energy, and agriculture helped propel the USA to its strongest position. In fact, America had the strongest economy on earth. And here's something else you might not know. One of the biggest factors behind Black Tuesday's meltdown was Wall Street's aging infrastructure. Old technology and a rapid rise in volume meant tickers were running hours, even days behind. By the time people realized what was happening in the stock market, fortunes were lost, lives ruined. To fix that problem, New York City installed new cable systems and backup generators. Most of that equipment is still in use on Wall Street today. Maybe a warning. Back after this. Are you feeling the impact of recent timeshare industry changes? Now more than ever, the costs of timeshare ownership far outweigh the benefits. My friends at Lone Star Transfer are the only company I trust to help you get out. Our listeners' positive feedback demonstrates why I've supported the company for years. For more than a decade, they have helped over 20,000 owners get out of the timeshare. Their exclusive options can help you get out faster and easier, more than any other option in the country. They are the only company that will give you a written guarantee and release you from your timeshare in a specific time frame. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau, and thousands of 5-star reviews, customer service is their top priority. For free consultation and a guaranteed solution, please call 855-551-7066. That's 855-551-7066, or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.